I have to make this post before I go to bed. So, right now, today, 8 years ago, I literally went to labor and delivery, and I went into labor. They induced me into labor, and several hours later, on March 20th, I had a baby boy named Ahston Charles Tunn. And I kept him for 3 days, and I gave him away for adoption because I felt that was best for him, because I didn't want him to be poor growing up. I didn't want him to have one parent growing up. And I felt that was best for my son because I wanted him to have the best life possible. I don't know if my video got messed up. It did, because someone tried to call me, but I'm still going to keep going. But you must know, when I first found out that I was pregnant, I was going to actually choose abortion. And then the father of my child came to me and said, I think that you should have an abortion. And I was like, immediately, I was like, no, I'm not about to listen to what no man is trying to tell me to do. So then I chose to keep my baby. But then the father of my child went to jail, and all this stuff happened. And then I was like still going on my journey, and then I was like, oh my gosh, how am I going to take care of this baby? And at the time, I had just quit drugs because I found out I was pregnant. So I didn't even know if I was going to return back to living that life. I didn't know what I was going to do. I knew that I could not raise my baby around the family that I was around. Like, no offense to y'all if y'all are watching this, though. Sorry. But, like, I just know, like, if I were to have kept my baby and I needed someone to babysit my baby, and if it was one of my family members, I was, like, thinking, like, what if my baby is crawling around and there's a needle? You know, like, and I was thinking, like, how I turned out in my life. I don't want my baby to turn out how I turned out in my life, because I grew up doing drugs. I grew up doing intercourse. I grew up doing bad things. I do not want anything that is coming out of me to have the same life as me. I didn't want anything. And I still had some healing to do, inner healing. And I was like, no, that's not right. It's not right to bring a baby into that type of stuff. And I don't know. It's so crazy. But yeah, he is 8 years old right now. He's 8 years old. My son is 8 years old. He's 8 years old. And I lost touch with the adoption agency, so I'm going to actually try to call them today and try to see if I can get connected back with them so I can get a picture of him, because that would be really cool and that would be really special to me, and I can add it to my photo album of him that I have of him. And I can't believe I'm not crying right now. Maybe I might cry later today. I don't know. I know that the first few years on his birthday, I would bawl and I would be sad and I would be depressed all day. But I should be happy today because it's his birthday and I want to celebrate him even though he's not here. I love him. And maybe one day I'll be able to have contact with him. Like, maybe he'll, like, reach out to me when he turns 18. If they decide to tell him, like, hey, you're adopted. That would be so wild. Wow. And you know what? To be honest, it really did hurt me giving him away. I kept him for 3 days after I had him, but then I, gave him away because that was the contract that I wanted. And I wanted them to keep his name. I made a contract. And I didn't stop searching for a family until we did that, until we found a family that would agree to that. But whenever I first gave him away, like, I was super depressed. I flooded my nostrils. I flooded my ears. Like, I had a double ear infection. Like, everything was flooded. I was like, it was all bad. I cried so much. And I actually I tried to go to counseling, but when I went to counseling, they were like, what can we do to get you out of here? And I was like, huh? I never did counseling after that ever again. I will never do counseling. I have never done counseling after that. I will never do it. God is my counsel. But at that time, I didn't know that God was my counsel. But I slowly went back to drinking. I slowly went back to smoking weed. I slowly went back to all the other things. Slowly but surely, I did. And I did them for years until 2023 came along. So that's so wild. My son was born in 2017. That's so wild. Wow. So wild. I was 22. I was 21 when I found out. Wait. Yeah, I had just found out on my 21st birthday, like a few weeks before my 21st birthday. And I had like, you know how everybody on their 21st birthday, they go out on their party? Well, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm pregnant. I basically have to miss my 21st birthday. Because I wasn't a Christian then. I mean, I considered myself a Christian, but I wasn't walking with God, so I wasn't a Christian. So that, and then I had him when I was 22, I think. Or no, I was 21. I don't know. I can't remember. So long ago. That's so crazy. And he was 8 pounds and 9 ounces or something like that. Wow. That's so crazy. That's so crazy. That's so cool.